save me some.
Hello, people. How you doing today? No, wait a minute. What was that? Hello, people. Hello, my friends. How you doing today? I am doing well, and I thank you to come back here. Thank you for. I appreciate you coming back. Thank you for coming back and watching my channel. I'm unboxing crap today. I'm unboxing some crap that came in the mail. I'm gonna start with one thing, and I'm gonna go to another thing, and then I'm gonna bounce another thing, and I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna go back and forth a little bit. You can do it. First of all, let's start with this right here. This says, this came from Paul Castadai from Yonkers, New York. He came from Yonkers. Oh, little story about Paul. I hope I say Okay, wait a minute. Castaldai. Castaldi. I want to give Paul some respect. Every once in a while, when I purchase something from eBay, the type of person I am, I don't shut up. Okay, if you watch this channel, I have a problem shutting up. Yes, and I'm the same way in person. Like, if you talk to me in person and I like you, or even if you reach out to me and you message me, there are some times when somebody comments something and I comment back, I have to reread it like 4 or 5 times and delete half of it, because I'm like, I just went on way too long, got way too personal, and that's probably not what they were looking for. But that's just the way I am. I like wear my heart on my sleeve, and I just like pour my guts out to everybody and anybody that will listen. That's the way I am. So Paul over here, and I will just call you Paul, my friend, and I apologize for the last name pronunciation. Castaldi, from Central Park Ave in Yonkers, New York. Paul was an ex-police detective who was actually in 9/11. How do you know this, you ask? Because some people buy stuff from eBay and don't talk to their sellers, and some people have in-depth conversation with their sellers. And what happened was Paul actually took pictures of the package, and he sent 2 pictures of the package. And my response to him was, I am a YouTuber who opens up packages live on YouTube, and I appreciate you keeping me up to date. I said, as far as right now, A++. You're doing an absolute great job. I appreciate it. And he sent me a message back. He's like, thank you so much. He goes, I'm an ex-detective, police detective. He goes, I'm temporarily out of work. I'm retired. I think he said he was retired. And his wife just had some terrible accident where some guy in New York stabbed her. Okay? Now, I gotta tell you, I hope I'm not mixing up 2 different people. Let's forget about the wife, man. I might be wrong by that one, because I get into so many conversations with my eBay sellers. So maybe listen. I apologize to you, Paul, if that wasn't your wife. I'm sorry. I hope nothing happens to your wife. That was messed up. But Paul was definitely an ex-detective who was in 9/11. And I responded to him, and I told him, I said, now, normal people, my daughter was like, did you say thank you for your service? Now, I always think when I say thank you for your service, I think of military is thank you for your service. When it comes to police department and fire department and the ambulance workers and everything like that, I call them public helpers, or the helpers in the world. So what I told him was, I said, listen, I said, thank you, Paul. I appreciate you, already doing a great job already. I said, I got my YouTube channel and everything. And I said, I will tell you, I teach preschool, and a lot of children are afraid of the police. Okay, a lot of children are scared to death of police department, the police or whatever. But I told him, I said, but it's kind of ironic, because who's the first person you call if your house is getting broken into? Who's the first person you call if there's some kind of domestic violence? Who's the first person you call if who's the first person who shows up if there's a fire? Okay, think about that one. Okay, every fire I've ever seen in my entire life, the first person that's ever shown up at the fire is not the fire department, it's the police department. They show up first. I have no idea why, but they always show up first. So what I told him was, I said, listen, I said, I just want to let you know that I teach preschool, and a lot of children are very afraid of police officers. I said, but I always tell them, I'm like, police officers are the helpers of the world. Now, granted, some of my viewers might be like, yeah, not all of them. And yeah, well, there's not good and everybody. You know, it's not every people have certain people in this world are just not all good. Okay, all doctors ain't good. Okay, all car salesmen, there might be a couple of good ones in there. Okay, as far as you know, dentists and what. Listen, there are some bad people out there, and there are some good people out there. Just like there's some good cops and there's some bad cops. And so I just, you know, in short, I kind of told him, I said, listen, I said, you know, I try my best as a teacher that to teach the children that the police are the helpers of the world. Sometimes it's a little difficult for them to understand when daddy was arrested for beating up mommy. Sometimes it's a little tough for them to understand when they've seen mom or dad get dragged out of the house because they were on drugs and they're incarcerated, or daddy might be in jail. It's a little tough for them to understand that, but I try. But, you know, the police in general, they're doing their jobs, and that's why I try to tell them they're doing their jobs. Maybe they were trying to help mommy and daddy. I don't know. But yes, so Paul, I'm not going to say thank you for your service, but thank you for being a helper. And thank you for your packaging. Well done. So let's see, because I told Paul, I said, listen, as much as I love you, I can't give you feedback until I open your package on my channel, and then I can tell everybody how you did. So far that's his good story, and then let's see what he did here. And what I have here is the 4K Blu-ray, no digital, of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Yes, the Indiana Jones movie that everybody hated, except for maybe me. I don't know. No digital, as he said. Honest. Blu-ray, 4K. Bought it for the Blu-ray. I figured made more sense than to buy just the Blu-ray, because nowadays that's what you get. You get the Blu-ray and the digital. I had the choice of the Blu-ray and the digital, or the 4K Blu-ray and no digital, which I really didn't care about the digital. And this was actually less money. Paul was selling this thing, I want to say, because this was going for like 30 bucks or 30 plus at Walmart. I mean, quote me if I'm wrong, but it was going for stupid money. Stupid amount of money. Now, I understand this is supposed to be the last Indiana Jones in the franchise, and I 100% believe that, as far as Harrison Ford is Indiana Jones, because he's old. Okay, I'm sorry, but he's older now. He ain't gonna be running around being Indiana Jones for the rest of his life. Time for the guy to take a little bit of a break. He can't be doing stunts and tricks and all kinds of stuff. As it is, the beginning of this movie, I was in utter confusion, because what they did is they CGI'd a young Harrison Ford's face on I think a stunt double or whatever, to do the whole beginning of this movie. And then all of a sudden, here comes old Harrison Ford, the regular Indiana Jones, and I'm like, there he is. That's Harrison Ford. That's the real deal right there. The other one was some CGI Harrison Ford. Okay, they be avataring this guy. But I gotta tell you, no matter what, Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, Last Crusade, Crystal Skull, I loved them all. I loved every single one of them, and I really enjoyed this one. It's what they are. It's just what they are. I mean, I grew up on Indiana Jones movies. I'm never gonna change that. I loved seeing a closure to the franchise. I got nothing to say. Nothing negative. Nothing negative to say about this at all. Nothing. The storyline kept me going. I went to a season of Drive-In, and the storyline just kept me going, and I kept going and going and going. And when it was done, I was like, it's done. It is finished. It is done. So yeah, thank you, Paul. So far so good. I will tell you that the casing, the slip cover is perfect. The 4K is not scratched, and most importantly, the one I'll be using the most will be the Blu-ray. Let's check that one out. And the Blu-ray is perfect. And I will tell you, I'm gonna show you something. My friend Richard Diaz has the same issue, and I noticed that the other day. I have to line up my my discs. My discs have to be lined up. If I open up like this, and if I don't do it on video, I go back and do it afterwards. Believe me, every single one of my discs that I own has to be able to be read. Now, granted, when I shut this thing and I put it back in a slip cover, and I put it in a plastic case, which that's what I usually do, put it in like a plastic protective bag, and I put this wherever this is. Actually, this is going to go right over there, because that's where all the rest of my Indiana Jones are. they spin, they turn. When I open up, I redo it over again. Even going like this, I'm probably spinning them right now. But in my head, they still fine. I'm just to go with that. So yeah, comment below. What did you think about the Dial of Destiny? I mean, I know a lot of people really dislike this movie. They really I don't understand why though. I really don't. I mean, bottom line is it still had Harrison Ford in it. Bottom line, he was still Indiana Jones, and it had a decent story. Crystal Skull had a decent story. Last Crusade was excellent. I mean, I got to tell you, Sean Connery as his father, loved that combination of, you know, Harrison Ford and Sean Connery together. I thought that was absolutely great. Temple of the Doom, hands down my favorite. Sorry, gotta throw it out there. Because Temple of Doom was my Indiana Jones. That was the one that I watched when I was old enough to go to the movie theater and watch Indiana Jones. So I absolutely love the Temple of Doom. And Raiders, I grew up on. Okay, I was literally forced to watch Raiders of the Lost Ark, I think, every single Saturday night for my almost entire childhood. My father had like 3 movies that we watched every Saturday night, and he put it in and then he'd fall asleep. And it was and I wasn't even like really keen on Raiders of the Lost Ark at first, and then it was like by like, I don't know, number 200 or whatever, I was like, Raiders of the Lost Ark's not bad. And now I look at it like this is a classic. And I will tell you, it's one of the few movies that when it got upgraded from DVD to Blu-ray, I could definitely see the difference. Okay, the Blu-ray is beautiful. 4K, I did not buy. I didn't buy the 4K because I'm afraid they're gonna screw it up. I'm happy with the Blu-ray. So if I'm happy with the Blu-ray, I'm not gonna upgrade to the 4K. I don't see a reason to at this juncture in my life. Okay, and the next thing I have here, one last thing, is from Friends of Sepul, Friends of SEPL from San Francisco, California, and let me see. This is partially open. Hold on. Okay. All right. We got to open it. We got some bubble wrap, and I probably shouldn't do that. And this, I bought this used. I know. I got it in my hand. That's why I know exactly what it is. Reason why I bought it. It's out of print. Another reason why I bought it. It's wicked expensive. Like I'm talking like there's some people on eBay selling this thing for like 200 and change. I don't even know the reason why. Is it out of print? I want to say it's out of print, but I don't want to give you false information. And I do have these all on DVD, so this is actually an upgrade. I've been upgrading lately. I just got Leave It to Beaver not too long ago. I've been trying to upgrade my old black and white stuff or my old older television series, especially if they upgrade them to Blu-ray. Now I hear that a couple of them were misses. Like I heard I bought I Dream a Genie, but I heard I Dream a Genie was a miss. I heard that if you own the DVDs, they're just as good as the Blu-rays. So I guess that one was a miss. I've yet to see a release of Bewitched. I'm really hoping that they do that. That would kind of make me happy. I don't know why they haven't touched base on that one yet. I'm trying to look at what else I have up there for. Yeah, Bewitched would be probably one of my next ones. That Hogan's Heroes is up there too. I got to pick up Hogan's Heroes. I just don't want to spend $90 to $100 something for it. But this one right here is going on eBay for starting at around $120 and then ending at around $200 something for it being brand new in box. This one came from actually a I want to say it came from a thrift store of some sort, whatever that company is there, and it is the Dick Van Dyke Show, the complete series. This is all 158 episodes now in high definition for the very first time. Also includes audio commentary, Head of the Family original series pilot, the making of, rare rehearsal footage, interviews with the cast, original commentaries with the cast, original commercials, original network promo spots, photo galleries, and much more. Exclusive Blu-ray features include the TV Academy tribute to Kyle Reiner, featuring Dick Van Dyke and George Clooney, Gary Shandling, Ray Romano, Brad Garrett, Paul Reiser, Rose Marie, Larry Matthews, and more. 50th anniversary question and answer period with Dick Van Dyke and Kyle Reiner. It may look like walnuts. Color test. Dick Van Dyke appearance on the Danny Kaye Show. Mary Tyler Moore appearance on the Danny Kaye Show, and Kick the Habit radio spots featuring Dick Van Dyke and safety council reels. Safety council reels. You remember those things? The safety, those like something they used to show you back in the day. Well, I might be aging myself here, but back in the 80s, they used to make us watch these like safety things, like don't be a Mr. Bumbles. You know what I mean? Like what was the one? Keep your hands clean one. It was like a keep your hands clean, and it was a kid drinking from the bubble. Listen, you probably remember these public service things. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. And they're housed in this little case, and they're all individually. Let me individually done in these little things here. All 31 episodes, all 32 episodes, all 32 episodes, all 33 episodes, and all 30 episodes, all together. Yeah, I'm umming too much, so I'm gonna stop at that. I like old TV. I like classic TV series that I used to watch when I used to come home from school, and I used to plop myself in front of the TV because nobody was home. Yes, I was a latchkey kid. I was a kid with the key around his neck, unlocking the door, going in. You make yourself a tuna sandwich, make yourself a ham sandwich, plop yourself in front of the TV, watch some I Love Lucy, some I Dream of Jeannie, some Dick Van Dyke, some Monkeys. I was that kid. That's why I got this channel. That's why I do what I do here all the time. That's why I know so much stuff about so much ridiculousness, okay? That's why my teachers told me that I was extremely stupid, but I was a fountain of useless knowledge. That's what they called me. Quote unquote. That was their quote, and I to this day is stuck. It was a teacher in 5th grade came up to me and said my name, and he always ended it with sir. He goes, and I said, I call you sir out of respect. He always used to tell me that. I call you sir out of respect because that's what you're supposed to do. And he goes, you, sir, are a fountain of useless knowledge. And I took that as a compliment. I was like, wow, you know what? Useless knowledge are people that win Jeopardy. That's who wins Jeopardy is fountains of useless knowledge. People that know things about things that people don't really care about are the ones that win game shows. I was like, now I got to get myself on a game show. The one I always wanted to be on was on MTV's Remote Control. I was like, I would have killed that. I would have totally killed that. All movies and TV questions, okay, and music questions and MTV related questions. I would have killed that. They would have got me on that show. Damn, I tell you, I would not be sitting where I'm sitting right now. I'd be sitting probably in a mansion somewhere because I would have invested my money properly and things would have worked out a lot better. But with that said, my friends, that's all I got for today. Thank you so much for stopping by once again. I appreciate you. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already, because that just makes my day that much better. And with that said, my friends, I will see you later. You should have saved me some.